Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that lemon light city, sweet hope, Chicago. 2 is 4, 4 4 6. Come on, baby, now get your business fixed. Come on, honey, don't you?
I may be Marty Levinson, and I may be Rabbi Doug, but either way, you're watching the Northtown News Magazine show.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine. Your host, Rabbi Meyers, and the greatest cameraman of all, Sonny Hersh.
Thank you so much, Marty. Hi, Avi Meyers here, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, presentation of Sonny Hersh and myself. It is a pleasure to welcome you. It is after the election, thank God, and we can actually talk to real people from the neighborhood. And even though you might think of them as a myth, because you see them on TV, you've heard them on the radio, but there really is a real person. You can catch them on CAN TV every Monday at 8:30 p.m., Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m., and I'll let him give you all the times for the, and in Evanston, okay, when you watch us at 8, followed right away after us,
following Avi,
is the immortal Rabbi Doug.
How are you, Avi? Shalom, shalom.
Shalom to you. How are you?
I am doing great. So the suburban time is Wednesdays at 8 o'clock in the near north and northwest suburbs, and then Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays at various times in the North Shore suburbs. So we're all over the place. Channel 35, Channel 19, in Chicago, Channel 19, and in Evanston, Channel 6.
Right.
So it's always a pleasure to follow you, too. That's great.
Well, first of all, you know what? I should do this more often for the Evanston show, and stay tuned now for Rabbi Doug.
Hey, there you go. There you go. So, it's the election time is over. You, by the way, your coverage was great.
Thank you very much.
Your guests were great, and the live shows were great. You really outdid yourself as always. You and Sonny really put something nice together this year.
I had a lot of fun. The live shows I really enjoy doing. So that we get to do down in the studio, and it's just a lot of fun. It really is. And thanks to Jim Nally, who was my co-host for the election show. Anyway, so tell us, so how often do you get to be interviewed by somebody?
Not real often. I'm usually doing the interviewing, but as we have our chances now and then to interview each other, it's always nice to share this spotlight with you.
That's definitely fun. There's no question about it. And I mean, your show covers really a wide range of topics. I mean, you've covered everything from top people in the media, highfalutin politicians, down to entertainment. Give us a sample of what's coming up soon.
Well, let's see. Coming up will be my highlights of the biannual Chicago Jewish festival, which is music and entertainers, and Avi Meyers.
Yay!
And
we always have fun with you on those shows.
I always try and do that during the summer of the year that the festival doesn't take place since it's biannual. And we have a trip to Cleveland coming up soon to check out the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the only kosher Subway submarine restaurant in the world. And so that's coming up, and a lot more stuff coming up real soon. Good shows and good guests.
Yeah, and you always have a good guest, and you have a wide range of topics.
I try.
You've had some really great musical people, both Jewish and sometimes just people who are connected with the Jewish community in some way.
The interviews from the summer are just great. Lisa Lowe. Oh, she was Lisa Lowe. She's just unbelievable.
Extremely talented, no question. We got her on. We got her on also. As a matter of fact, that's one of our most. All our shows are on YouTube now. If we go to our website at www.ntnm.org, and if people check out the Jewish Folk Art Festival, they'll get to see you being interviewed.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, the way YouTube does things, when it freezes at a certain point, and you get a certain picture. So Lisa Loeb's picture is what shows on YouTube for that show. So it's one of our most often hit shows or watched shows because of her.
I've seen that show. That was a great show you did.
That was a lot of fun. It really was.
Yeah. So things are changing around the neighborhood here now. We've got 4 more years of Alderman Stone. We've got some other new people working in the neighborhood. The Jewish Community Council is kind of becoming more active in the neighborhood than in the past. I know that the local council is also coming back into being? What's happening with that? I know you're
well, I used to be very involved with the Northtown Community Council, but actually the funny thing is there really isn't. I wish there was. A lot of people are putting their time and energy in camps like Sonny and I do, to run our neighborhood camps meetings. There was an organization that started up called the West Rogers Park Community Organization, but unfortunately I don't see them right now as anything other than a political organization. Those were the Nazy Dolar people that try to start something up, and they'd like to represent the neighborhood, but you know what? Mike Moses and I actually checked out a meeting, and they were all white faces, basically white Christian. And our neighborhood is so diverse that without Indians, without Pakistanis, without Assyrians, I mean, not to mention Hispanics, but I mean, how many nationalities don't we have in this neighborhood?
No, absolutely true. And I think one of the terrible things, especially in this community, is when people go around bad-mouthing and talking bad about people when they don't know what the true story of someone's situation is. It happens in politics, it happens in religious community, it happens in neighborhood homes. I mean, people really have to give people the benefit of the doubt when they don't know a situation. Rumors are a terrible thing.
Rumors are disgusting things, and I know that, both Sonny and myself and you have, part of it is we're semi-public figures of sorts, and,
Absolutely
and unfortunately with bloggers these days, and the meanness, the absolute meanness of the things being said. Well, my favorite one about me is that I am a, quote, racist, pimp for machine corrupt politicians. I think that's an exact quote.
I think people have to be careful, about slander and defamation of character. The way that people come out and can put people down when they have no idea, and then they just assume that other things are true about people that have nothing to do with what they're talking about, and it just blows out. And that's kind of the Jewish concept of lashon hara.
That's very correct.
That people speak lashon hara, that you really can't talk slander about people. It's a forbidden Jewish act, and it's illegal. It's illegal.
It's very illegal. I think it's absolutely horrible. Not to mention, it's not nice. So many people, I think, because of the web, think they're anonymous. Or they're not actually looking at somebody, or knowing the effect of these things. I mean, some of this stuff is very damaging, and if your family has to hear it, I know that there's a number of people that we haven't even mentioned who were, all sorts of horrid things were written about things. It's funny because there was even one complete jerk, I think that's the nicest way I can put it on the air, who was actually taking transcripts of the show, so-called transcripts, but he was deliberately not putting down what was really said, and all of a sudden people start getting angry at me. Actually, some of the people that got angry at me, that's fine. I mean, I didn't mind some of it, but I've got a thick skin, and some enemies are worth having. But it's really, you know what? If you hear things about people, why don't you ask them directly?
Absolutely. Chances
are that, take it from. I mean, here's one of the really good guys, and people say all kinds of horrid things about, me too, but that's okay. I mean, I take my shots at people.
Like you said, when people are public figures or are well known, it's easy to talk about them rather than worry about your own problems.
Yeah, and you know what? You're better off worrying about your own problems, people, because you're spreading. I mean, some of this malicious stuff is absolute garbage, and it's just not nice.
I think one of the biggest issues, and something that I've been an advocate for years, and probably has worked against me, but I would never change, is the situation with Jewish education. We have a number of children and young teenagers in the community who have not been accepted, not only in the Jewish day schools because of their either emotional, behavioral, or educational problems, but they're not even being accepted in the special ed schools because those schools, if they're not going to get public funds for them, they don't take them. And it doesn't matter that they have open spaces available and so on and so forth, that they can take these people in and just let the families pay what they can pay. If they're not going to get the public funds, the full funding, $20,000, $30,000 a year from public funds because these kids, their disabilities aren't tuitionable by the state or whatever the case might be. These kids are on the street because they have no place to go. And I'm wondering, where is Jewish education going in this community? Where are our educational leaders and our Jewish leaders that aren't standing up and saying, why are our Jewish institutions, especially the special ed institutions, not really there for the kids, but there for the money? I think it's a big, big problem, and I'm never going to stop being an advocate for that, whether they like me because of it or not. I think it's a shanda.
I think, by the way, you happen to be right. You know much more about it than I do, but I've got to tell you something. I'm in your corner 100% on this one.
You know, I wish that someone would come along and say, let's open a school and we'll fund it, and it's for everyone. There's schools for the younger kids, for the very young kids. Thank God there's a place, Gesher Torah, which is taking in people even if they can't afford it, even though they need the money, you know, but what about the older kids? You know, these are the kids that we can still save, and we're not saving, and it's really a terrible thing.
And it's really important. And as much as I'd like to talk to you way longer, I've got to worry about the other guests coming on the show. But you know, if people want to find out all about your show or
TVRabbi.com, www.tvrabbi.com, taped with Rabbi Doug. Check out the show, check out the website, sign the guest book, drop me an email at info@tvrabbi.com, or drop something over here, Avi, and he'll forward it to me.
Well, I'd be happy to. And just remember that you can watch him on just about every single cable system on almost every single day of the week and every single hour possible. And you should watch Rabbi Doug. It is one of the truly great shows on cable access.
Thank you,
Thanks
Avi.
so much.
Thank
and
you,
good
Sonny.
luck. And be well, everybody.
Shalom.